Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. Now, today, I'm going to do a video about Jesus in India. Now, there's stories of Yeshua surviving his execution and then fleeing to India in Kashmir and living there until 80 years old with his family and passing away, or some stories even 100. But in these stories, he's continuing doing the same thing, preaching and healing the sick. Now, there's another story about the early years of Jesus going to India, and he broke the law. And you know what that was? It was healing the unclean. Back then, with the Hindu religion, anyone with leprosy was considered unclean, and it was against the law to heal them, which is pretty cruel. So he went around, said, fuck that, and he went around healing all these people. And now they grew jealous of him, so they plotted to kill him. So he fled and went back to Jerusalem and through the Middle East to start doing the same thing over there. Now, he has similar teachings to Buddhism and Hinduism. And this could be a possible reason why. He also knew many languages. He had many different beliefs following him. He had the Magi, which was the Zoroastrians, come see him in his birth. He had Greeks, he had Jews, he had Egyptians following him. So he had many people of different cultures and backgrounds following him. He was well influenced in language. He could write in Greek, he could speak in Greek, he could write in Aramaic and speak Aramaic. And there were different types of Jews back then speaking different languages. You had some speaking Syriac, some speaking Coptic. So he most likely could have learnt a lot of these languages, and he was a very, very intelligent man. There was actually a little video I seen once on YouTube that Sadhguru sort of mentioned that there was a little ancient sort of university of sorts in India. And there's a story about Joseph sending Jesus, even though he wasn't his biological son, over there outside of Roman influence to get the best education he could, which is kind of interesting. Now, there's a grave over there in India, and it has carvings of 2 feet with nail marks in them, showing that Jesus surviving the execution. Though I've even heard this person that buried over there could even be Apollonius, who also travelled over to India. Some people say Apollonius and Jesus were the same, but they definitely weren't. Even look at Apollonius' miracles, some of them are very strange, like ordering someone to be stoned to death to stop a plague, and then once everyone stoned this person, they lift up the stone piles and out comes a black dog, which is maybe the source of the plague. And he apparently stopped a friend from marrying a vampire, so they're very, very different to Yeshua. Now, Apollonius also had a mysterious death, and he could have died over in China, or he could have died over in India. Now, some of this sort of information of Yeshua even has come from a book from Notovich, which he published a book apparently going over in Nepal and even India and getting texts from religious leaders and even the Dalai Lamas. Now, he was actually offered money not to publish his book, which is kind of interesting. Very interesting. And also, there's a story in the Bible somewhere that Jesus compares his death, so survival of death, to Joanna, who survived being swallowed by a giant fish. So this could be a possible reference to him surviving his death. Some Christians, ancient Christians, believe that he survived and fled and continued to do the same thing. Some believe he had a family. Some believe he was married to Mary Magdalene. So you had many different groups of ancient Christianity. You had a church over in India that was started by one of Jesus' apostles, which was Thomas. So there's a possible chance that, yes, he could have survived and gone over there. No matter what, I'm going to say there's a Jesus for you, Yeshua for you. So achieve your own inner Christ. He says, like Jesus said this, the Son of Man is within you. Follow after him and achieve him for yourself. So achieve the Christ for yourself. So there's always a Jesus for you. There's even a Buddha for you. Try to be the best person that you can. Achieve to be perfect, even though being perfect is impossible. It should be your goal. So that way you're always progressing yourself, always working on yourself. So these are all little interesting stories, because there was a lot of missing years of Jesus, because it's mostly been removed, and some of it was even told throughout folklore and histories and other cultures' opinions. Peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to all one, mind and soul. Namaste.